So can you tell which is the Mini 4K and the Mini 2? Now, if you know what the Mini 2 looks like, what you will notice on the Mini 2, at the front there, you've got the LED light. Whereas on the 4K one, you haven't. But, I'll be honest, this ain't the 4K. I'm not going to buy the 4K. I've got so many mini drones now, it's just too confusing for me. But, you've got the same body as the Mini 2. Now that 4K, it's just the identical of the Mini 2. What's interesting is I went on the net to look for the spec for the 4K. It's not on the DJI site. You can only get these here in Europe, anyway, as far as I know, is only on Amazon, not on the DJI site, which did confuse me a little bit. I've seen lots of YouTube channels, but most of those YouTube channels are out in the States, so it's a little bit different. Another thing you've got to think about as well, guys. Now, my Mini 2 I bought quite a few years ago. It hasn't got the classified marking on it. It hasn't got the 0, or the A1 as they class it. So that's another thing you've got to think about, guys. Especially if you're buying it for the EU, you're going to be restricted. And when I say restricted, you're going to be restricted to the 400 foot or the 120 meters. That's because of it, because it's been classified. And I think the remote ID. But at the moment, the remote ID hasn't been even activated on the Mini 4 Pro at the moment. The other thing is, with the 4K, if you buy it brand new, it's 299 euros. What that is in UK price, I don't know. But 299 euros, that's a good price, especially for a first-time flyer. Now, another good thing about the Mini 2 or the new 4K, it's got no obstacle avoidance. I think as a learner, you need to know what you're doing. And a good way of learning, know what you're doing, you don't want to crash it. You will crash it, I don't care what people say, you will crash your drone. But I think it's a good learning curve. When you're bringing your drone up close, you know when to stop. You've got obstacle avoidance. You're just going to push it to the limits. But when you've got a drone that hasn't got no obstacle avoidance on there, yeah, you're not going to do that. So I think that's a good point, especially for a first-time buyer or a learner. 299 euros, that's not much, is it really? And what you get the drone, you will get the RCN1. Now, you won't get the RCN2, that's a completely different kettle of fish. So you get the RCN1 as well, and I believe you get one battery. You can get the Fly More combo pack. Have I got my piece of... No, I haven't. Back in the mo. So I got all the stuff written down here. I'm not going to remember what it was. The main thing at the moment is we've got a new update on the Fly app. So whatever drone you're going to be flying, be it the Mini 2 or the new 4K, the app at the moment is 1.13.2. Now, with your RCN1, that will be on there. So you know you're all up to date. You can only get it through Amazon for some reason. Don't know why DJI haven't got it at all. It's a Class 0 or A1 certification. The Fly More, if you buy the Fly More combo pack for the 4K, it's going to cost you 439 euros. Obviously, the RCN1, you got 31 minutes of flight time, which is the same. Now, what I will say, guys, is if you're thinking about buying a second-hand drone, I'm talking about the Mini 2 because it's a fantastic drone. That's why DJI has brought out the 4K. They can see the potential. There's a lot of people still flying. Kevin's one of them. I think he flies his Rose. Yeah. So here we go. Right. So on Amazon, if you wanted to buy the 2 SE, it's 290.44 cents. And if you buy the new drone from Amazon, which is the Mini 2 SE, with the new classification, which is the 0, it's cheaper. Obviously, because they want you to go down that road and buy the cheap one. And it's only 265 euros. So, end of the day, the Mini 2 SE is the cheapest drone on the market. Now, I'm not really sure about the spec. Obviously, it's not as good as the Mini 2 or the 4K. but that is the cheapest DJI drone on the market at the moment. Now, I use a site. I don't use eBay. eBay to me is a bit dodgy. Hang on, I just got to feed the dog. With eBay, I've had a couple of people contact me recently. They bought a drone off eBay, and it's not been binded properly. Obviously, the seller has forgot to take, one, their account off it, and two, they probably changed the controller. So they can't use it. And unfortunately, I don't think DJI can do anything about that. So you've got to be ever so careful when you buy second-hand drones, especially if you don't know the seller. Now, I'll use a site called mpb.com. I'll put it up there. Now, on there, unfortunately, I've only got one drone of each. You can buy the Mini 2. I think it's had 6 charges on it. Now, what I like about this company, you get 6 months warranty on it. So, if you don't like it, or you've got a problem, you can send it back. That's not so bad. You won't get that on eBay. You might get your money back eventually. And they do a fly more combi with the Mini 2 for $389. So that's not bad. So you get the extra batteries and you get the bag. Yeah. So, do you buy second hand or do you buy brand new? So anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to show you why I love the Mini 2 still. Now, if you can't hear it, it's definitely windy. It's pretty windy. Not the sort of thing I like flying in, but the Mini 2 can take pretty good wind. Does that sound right? Anyway, let's show you the Mini 2, what it's up to, because it's going to be exactly the same for the new Mini 4K. Okay, so the drone's on now. You can see the picture. I've got my RCM one. I'm using my iOS phone today because I prefer using that than that Android thing. But for you Android lovers, hey, I love it. But what I love about my phone, I can see what's on the screen with my dark glasses on because it's really bright here in Spain. Anyway, what I'm going to do, it's all ready, takeoff permitted. You can see this thing blowing around, so I'm not lying about the wind. Okay, there we are. What I will show you, I'm just going to bring you in a little bit there. Now, obviously, what I love about this, anyway, do you remember this video I'd done the other day? This is that compact tripod. Check that video out. It's an amazing tripod. I love it. Anyway, let's go and fly it back. Now, obviously I've got some obstacles there. I've got some bushes there. I'm just going to fly it up a little bit. Quick shots, panorama. And to be honest, that's about it really. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do the circle. That's a good thing to do. So I'll draw a box around me. I'll have a quick look. I'll just bring it up a little bit because I've got some obstacles there, and we'll just see how well it performs with the obstacle. And I'll put, oh no, see, that's one other thing I love about the quick shots. You ain't got to worry about, oh, forgot to put on the video, because it does it for you. So the drone's going off. The Mini 2 does really well in the wind. Now, I don't know about the SE. I presume the SE is probably going to be a bit like the old Mavic Mini pants. Let's have a look. I mean, like I said before, it's got no obstacle avoidance on it. It's just whizzing around there. So it's done its full circle. It's come to an end. So anyway, I'm coming back to the camera now. I just wanted to show you some of the things, well, not one of the things really, and I think it's probably one of the most important ones for when you're making videos, is having yourself or following a car. And like I said before, you won't get that with the DJI Fly app, guys. So I think it's worth having that, but obviously what you got to bear in mind mainly is what you got to bear in mind mainly, I'm just watching it. God, it was Bonnie then. I thought it was a snake or something. Not only got to watch out for the drone, I've got to watch out for snakes. Anyway, hopefully that's given you some idea about a drone. 57% on the battery. So, just remember guys, if you're thinking about buying this new 4K drone, just think of some of the other things. If you're living in the UK, no probs. If you're thinking about coming to Europe, if you live here as well, you've got to remember about that 400-foot mark. So, try and grab yourself a bargain, or just buy the new Mini 4K for €299. But it's got to be on Amazon. Anyway, I'll catch you on another video very soon.